Hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today I have a very exciting release to share. This is the Kellofaplan Undated release, which is going to be on Friday, September 5th at 10 a.m. Central. So in this release, we're going to go through everything. We have a vertical planner extension pack, a horizontal planner extension pack, and a dashboard planner extension pack. In addition, we have 3 different cover and divider sets for you to choose from. This is the set that I chose, and we have this really pretty like boho neutral, and look how pretty these are. I'm obsessed with these dividers. They're so stunning, and I think that they came out really beautifully. Like, they're just so nicely designed. So you're going to have 12 of these, and again, there's 3 sets of these that you'll be able to choose from. Like, look how cute they are. I love this set. I was so excited when I saw it. I'm gonna try to pop in photos here of the other sets so that you can take a look as well. But of course, like, it was packaged together. You'll get the cover and dividers together. You don't have to buy them separately, but there are 3 separate sets to choose from. And then we have Dated Basics Volume 5. This is perfect to go along with an undated extension pack set because these stickers are going to be perfect for dating everything. They're also really great for when you have an outdated planner that you're trying to use. So this is Dated Basics Volume 5. So on the first page, we have on paper all different holidays, and it's pretty inclusive with the holidays. Like, we have Yom Kippur, we have Cinco de Mayo, St. Patrick's Day, Good Friday, Ash Wednesday. So there's a lot of Dia de los Muertos. There's a lot of different holidays here. And then you have another set on paper, but in color, even National Planner Day. Then these are really fun. These are the national days. So we have like National Cheeseburger Day, National Pickle Day. Ooh, yum. And on the bottom, it says what date it is, which is really great because if you wanted to do a planner spread or you wanted to just put these in there in your monthly, you can. So these are really fun. And then we have them in color as well. Then you have different fonts of all of the months. So the larger ones, little bold, skinnier. I love these bubble open ones because you can color them in for whatever color your spread is. And then we have the days of the week and this week. And these are still all on paper. Then we have these tiny ones, and these tiny ones are really great for the tabs. These are on a clear, which is going to be great for the dividers like I just showed in that new cover set and pack. And we have them in color too. Then we have these habit trackers. So you're going to have 12 for the year. And I really love these habit trackers because you can choose any type of habit and then be able, these are all individual stickers. So if you wanted to put these all on one page, you could. But the other thing you can do with these is put them in the sidebar of your monthly and track a specific habit. And if you wanted to track more than one habit and you didn't really care about the month, you could cut that off and just use these. And then we have them in color too. Then, of course, you have all of the dates. These are going to be sized for the monthly. They're going to just fit better in a monthly because they're small. And then we have the years. Look at this. We're going 2026 to 2028. So these will keep you, occupied for a while. And then you have the shorter months. These are going to be great for your actual monthly view. And then color. And then we have the smaller ones. These are on clear, and these can work for either a monthly or a weekly. And then in color. And this is that new rainbow color scheme from Kellofaplan that we saw with alpha basics and hexagons and headers and all of that. So it's just like a different style rainbow. And then the shorter days of the week again. And then in color. Then these are on circles on paper, and these are going to be perfect for your weekly spreads. Circles are better for the weekly spread because monthly spreads have the boxes and the circles can fit in them, but it just won't be perfect. That's what these are intended for. And then we have some bold ones with color too. And then we have some more smaller holidays. And then these are, I'm going to call them kiss cut. It may be the wrong word. I don't think it is. But kiss cut is when the cut is around the actual letter. So the cut on these isn't square or round. It's just a different shape depending on which letter you have. Or number, not letter. And then a set of color. So that is Dated Basics Volume 5, the perfect sticker book for dating your planner or redating your planner. Now we have the 3 extension packs. Of course, these are all going to be sold separately, and these are 6-month extensions. So if you wanted them for the full year, you would need to purchase 2 of them. But first up, we have the dashboard, and these should match the inserts of the Kellofaplan planners that launched in August. So you have a dot grid, then you have the this month, and then you have the dashboard. So on the right side are the dashboard boxes for the weeklies, and on the left side is the just plain dot grid, and that's going to continue until you get to the next set, which is going to be the monthly. So that's where you'll pop your next divider in, and then you have the month. So you have 6 months of this. Each of these, like I said, will be 6 months. Then we have the horizontal planner pack, which I think is going to be really popular because so many people love a horizontal. And while Kellofaplan doesn't make a horizontal planner, there is this horizontal pack. And so I don't remember if this is the first time she's done it or not. I can't remember, but we'll take a look. So we have the monthly, and then look how nice this horizontal is. There's a couple of things I want to point out that I really love about this horizontal. The first one is that the dot grid is up at the top. With the old horizontal layout that we used to see from Happy Planner, the open section was down here at the bottom. And I feel like if I'm going to have an open section in my planner, I want it to be at the top because that's where I can list things out versus at the end where it almost feels like a recap. It's just kind of the way my brain works. The other thing that I love, and I want to come up close to point this out, is to the right of the day of the week, you have a gap here. This gap is going to be perfect to add the date in. Sometimes we don't see that, and then you're going over the line. So this was a really great design choice by Heather, and the lines are just really nice and clean. Like, I think that this is amazing. I think her horizontal in the past was in the Faith layout, but because this is now an undated pack, I think it's going to be a really popular choice. If you're looking for a horizontal, I would definitely recommend snagging this one because I think that it may be the most popular of them. And of course, this is on that really good, thick Kellofaplan paper. And then you get to the next month. So again, this is 6 months worth. Then we have the vertical planner extension, also 6 months. And this will match the Kellofaplan vertical planner. So we'll pop this off, and you have your dot grid, monthly, and then the vertical weekly. So your sidebar is on the right side. There's plenty of space up here to add the dates or washi or a lot of stickers, whatever you want. But this is a really nice, neutral, vertical layout on really high quality paper. I have no bleed through when I'm using Kellofaplan paper. So those are the 3 extension packs. And again, I just want to reiterate this, even though I've said it a couple times. They are all 6-month extension packs. So if you would like them for the year, you'll want to. If the great thing about these is you can start them right now. There is no rule that says that you can't start new things now. And I think a lot of times we get excited about new planners. So if you picked up the dashboard or the vertical or both from Kellofaplan's launch, but you want to jump in now, you can, because this release is on September 5th. You'll probably get it within a week. Then you'll be able to use it for the rest of September, October, November, and December. So that's 4 months out of the 6 that are in this pack. So if you wanted to pick up 3, whatever, I'm just trying to give you ideas about how these can be used because you don't have to wait for the new year because they are undated. Now, I am going to be planning with all three of these layouts today, but what I wanted to first do was actually a pen test because I wanted to show you how good this quality is. So I'm first going to take my Zig dot markers because these are probably the most popular dot markers, and they're also pretty bold, a lot of them anyway. So I wanted to show you the thickness of this paper because you're not going to be able to see any bleed through on them. You shouldn't anyway. It could be. The gray is light, but there shouldn't be any bleed on these. I'm not doing this part where it's just like zig. I mean, I can, but it shouldn't really matter. It's mostly the bullet point because that's what you're pressing like firmly on and has a better chance of soaking into the page. But when Kellofaplan first came out with planners a few years ago, I did a pen test on these and there were no issues at all. And I also used like every black pen I owned. Okay, so those are the bullets. Now, when I turn it over, you don't see anything. If I lift it up, usually when I lift up is when you see things because the light is like, I have my light here, it's coming through. But even as I put this on like the brightest part right here, I see nothing. And that's how you know that the paper quality is really good. But the other thing that I want to test is, just go up here, my zebra dot markers. Again, there shouldn't be any. We're going to put it on this side so I can tell the difference. But the zebra dot markers are a little bit smaller dots, kind of a firmer tip if you want more control. And we shouldn't have any bleed here either. But I really like these. The colors are a little bit different. Like the green, you sort of have that green. The blue is different. This green kind of matches. The red is a little bit similar, but I love Zebra products. I love Zebra as a brand. And so I do really like to use these. Hopefully they'll expand to more colors, like neutral ones, like they have at the mild liners. Those would be great. It also looks like I forgot one of the Zig ones here. Okay. Turn over. So there's the yellow Zig you can't see, like that was here. And then we have the zebra. There's a tiny here. Looks like I can see those a tiny bit. If I have the page down, you can tiny bit see here, but sometimes I feel like that's a matter of how bright my lights are. If I shine the light over it, I don't even know if you can see it there, but if I were to pull the page away from my lights and look behind me, I don't see it. Because sometimes these things happen just because I have such bright lights. I don't know that most people planning in their planner are sitting with huge lights on their desk. So I think that this definitely passed the dot marker test. Now, aside from Dated Basics Volume 5, the stickers I wanted to use here are actually the new planner stickers, the ones that coordinate with the 2026 planners from Kellofaplan. At the time of filming this, those just released yesterday, actually, so I'm not 100% sure if they're going to still be in stock because the stickers tend to sell out pretty quickly. But if they are in stock, you can pick them up. If you already picked them up, maybe this will show you an idea of how to plan with them. So I think that the first thing that I want to do, the first one, let's see, is grab the September set because these are like set up for each month. I think, yeah, this is September because the next one is the October set. So I will need these. It's funny, I've been doing a lot of videos lately for so many different launches, but I haven't actually been putting stickers down. I've been mostly doing like flip throughs and stuff. So it's been a couple of days, but the other thing actually that I'm thinking, hold on, let me look back here for a sec before I put that down. No, okay, we'll do this the way that I was going to do it. So we'll put this, and then we're going to take, you already know probably, is my white pen. If I can find my white pen. It's like always the hunt of the white pen. There we go. Okay, that's pretty. And then let's do fall right here. And we're going to need the white pen again. Okay. Oh, look how cute that looks. Then let's kind of continue on this side. So I need this and this. Let's add in, let's do a yellow box here. And then we're going to do a bullet point trick where we're going to create double bullet points. I need a cleaner washi card than that. That's the washi card that I tend to use to open washi, and that tends to get a little messy. So I'm going to try my best to kind of get halfway on these. And if you just slice down with your knife, you'll be able to get double the amount of bullets, which is one of my favorite tricks for bullet points, because I think I write a little bit bigger. And this way you not only have more space to write, but you have double the amount of bullets. So it's a really great way to get the most out of the stickers that you have, especially when they're in a specific color scheme and you worry about like running out of them. All right, then we're just going to do the same thing over here on this side. Once you do the other side, you have to like turn your wrist a little bit, but it's a pretty quick process. This down, and then we'll do the yellow as well. Okay, now here, let's do some different colors just so that they're not, or different sizes, so it's not all like exactly the same. And then I think we're going to come back in with a larger box right up here. And then if I come back to my decorative stickers, we can do something a little bit different down here, and then we'll put bullet points over here. So we could even do something like this. I think, actually, because I have the words there, I don't want to put words here. So let's do a stack of pumpkins here. And then maybe just a little, we'll do this yellow flower, like right over there. Just a pretty little extra touch. And then we'll come back in with the bullet points. I probably need to do another slice. And then just sticking with the same, whoops, I didn't realize that one went down strangely. Oops, why can't I get this down? A little bit more maneuvering when they're smaller. And then the yellow. I would recommend using a clear ruler if you're going to slice the bullet points. Don't do what I did with the washi cutter, because that makes it a little bit harder. And then I think that, what do we want to do? I want to bring in some more florals. So let's take a floral from here. And this time I want to actually cut it. And I'm going to cut it like this. So it's going to be a corner. So with that, you just want to cut a right angle. That one got a little bit wrinkled. Fix there. And that's just a cute way to add a little bit more. And then we can come back in with, let's do double boxes again. Yeah, we'll do double boxes. Put this one, and whoops, I didn't mean to take both of the same color. in this one. And then I need to cut more bullet points. I'm just gonna cut this side. I was saying a clear ruler would be better here because you'll just be able to see where the middle is and not guess like I do. I've done these a lot, so I kind of have a good idea, but sometimes I like fully mess it up, and you probably don't want to fully mess it up. So do as I say, not as I do. We're just going to keep this orange sticker on my finger because I don't think I'm going to be able to get it back down, but we will use it for Friday. Okay, looking really cute. I know we haven't yet used Dated Basics. I wanted to get the colors set before I did that, but I also actually haven't had a chance to plan with most of these sticker books. I planned with Brilliant Blooms, but I didn't get to plan with the others, so this is kind of my chance for that, even though that release was 2 weeks ago from the time you're watching this. Okay, always love to get a double box down first so that I can visualize where everything else is going to go. So I know that I want to put bullet points here because one of the things I tend to mess up when I do a double box first is then I end up getting a box stuck next to it. So we're just going to try to like get that order in properly. And let's get our green. And then the yellow. Some of these I didn't cut all the way through, which is why they're ending up on my fingers. Okay, we can do a box over here. Let's do an orange box. And then do some other kind of like fun scene. I was going to use these down here, but I think I'm changing my mind because I have another idea for them. So we're gonna put this set right here, and then we kind of have our floral in too. The next thing that I wanna do is take my white pen, cover up a little over here, and take this, which is really cute. This feels like reminiscent of kind of the older planner days where we created these in our planners with washi. So I really like that. And then we're gonna take our bullet points and put them back over here. And then I'll just have a couple of less there, which is fine. What do I need next? What color? Orange. I need the teal, the mint. I guess this is probably more of a mint. And the yellow. Okay, now let's do the same thing up top, but we're not going to really need as many. Just while I'm here with the bullets already, we'll probably just do 3 here. Grab an orange. And look how many more that gave. Like now I still have probably about half of these. So we really conserve, this is not on here. We really conserve these well. Then over here, let's do, I'm gonna run out of these. Well, actually, I didn't really plan that well because now we have yellow and yellow, but that's okay. We'll do a yellow there. And then maybe here we can do, let's do a floral. Like this. And then just a small header box with it. Let's do the pink one because we already have the other colors here. So we'll do the pink. Okay, now what I wanted to do next was take a header box and we're gonna put it here. And then to go along with that, I'm going to take a yellow or orange checklist. And this is just going to be a checklist for the week. And then we'll come back in with these, which was my other idea. So I can pull these up. I thought that this would just be a really cute way to lay this section out. The peeling up, though, is what I'm struggling with today. This is coming out to be such a cute spread. I don't think I'm going to use the Give Thanks because that one's a darker color than the other ones that we're using here. I really can't get these down straight. Sometimes getting your hand on them once you peel it up is better than using the tweezer because I feel like I can have a lot more control when I'm using my hand. Thankful. And then we're just going to do Grateful. Cute. Okay, now that we have all of that in, let's come back to Dated Basics, which is a sticker book that is about to launch. So I think that, let's see, I really wanted to use some color in here. What color would work best? I think that we'll do the orange, but I need to decide which dates I'm going to put down. So I need to look at a planner for a moment because I want it to be September. I think we're going to do the week of September 15th. So when I create what I call demo spreads like this, where it's not necessarily in my planner, but it's something that I'm creating to showcase how to use the product, I send them out to Patreon members. And the reason I'm dating this for September 15th is because if this release is on September 5th, then being able to mail it out in time for someone to receive it September 15th feels like a good spot. Now, there's another thing that I want to point out. Because we have so much space up here, you can take those extra stickers and add them. Like if you have extra florals or little bits, because we didn't use all of these florals. So you can come back in, and a good trick here, if you're afraid of, well, I don't know, afraid, but if you're, a good trick here is to cut in half, add one piece to one side, add another piece to the other side, and then just kind of work your way in. So we'll do the same thing with the yellow. At some point you will want to kind of figure out where you stand because you don't want the same color to like pop in. So what we could do is, well, we don't need it yet, but I'll show you what I mean. And then let's do maybe a little bundle. So this will carry us here. And then this will bring us here. And then we've got a little bit more space for one more. So let's do, I think we'll do the orange because I don't really have much orange. But for this one, I'm just going to kind of pop it there so I can see how much space I have. Okay, that's looking really cute. I want to come back to Dated Basics one more time because I like these colored dates or days of the week, and I thought that they would be pretty. But the other thing is, like, this is already the Kellofaplan font. I don't want to put orange down. We can go with the yellow. And you can just kind of see how it really adds a pop of color to your days. And these are sized so perfectly. You could cover up underneath, of course, but just because we're doing 3 spreads today, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, and we do have the this week, which I don't need because we already have that header there. So that is our first spread using the vertical extension pack. Next up, we have Inspired Intentions with the dashboard layout. So the Kellofaplan dashboard layout is really unique in that the left side of the page is fully blank, so you can really do anything that you want with that. And I think that we're going to go for, let's do like a color combination of maybe this like oh my gosh, clay sort of color, and then this teal. I think that that would be really pretty. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take the sticker and we're going to pop it right over here. It goes a little bit lower than the size, but I think that that's okay. And then let's see what we want to do here. Let's take, I need this to like stay open. Okay, we're going to do a sidebar here. What I've seen a lot of people do with this open page is create kind of like memories from the week, which I think is really cute, or just like several different running to-do lists of different categories that you need. So we're going to take another box here. And you can almost even make this like a currently page for your week if you don't really need that running list. And then let's just kind of create like a little set of different boxes here, kind of changing up the orientation a little bit. There's no rule about how this would work. You just kind of need to find what works best for you. And then we can even just do a box over here or maybe over here. And then let's do a quote because the sticker book has quotes. So we're going to take "Love Your Life." And put this over here. And then we can do another one, maybe right over here. Let's see. I remember if these are the same. They're not the same. So, or they are, but different colors. Let's do "Be the energy you want to attract." Put this right here. Okay, I think that that's pretty. Now for Dated Basics, because I already know what colors we have here, we're going to come back in. Although I think that these may not be the best match, but we can use black ones because the purpose is to show you how to date this. So let's see. We can take the circles here. And if last time I did September 15th, maybe this time we'll do like the week after. So September 22nd. Well, I'm actually just going to put the 22. We should put September. I didn't do that in the last one. 3, 4, 5, 6. These are a little bit larger than the space here, but you could also trim them if you wanted to. 28th. Okay, and then let's grab a September sticker. And I think we're going to use this one to match. We can put this here, or let's just put it here. I think that that looks better. And then for the decorative part of this side, this is a really unique sticker book. So one of the things that you can do here is, let's pull 2 of these out and take a look. We're going to test something. Should be able to stack these, yeah, like this. Yeah, it'll work. So with monthly boxes, when they don't have decor in them, you can do something like this, which I think is a really cool look, and get a lot of functionality, but like a little bit of style, which I think is neat. So this one we're going to put here. You just kind of want to do them sort of at the same time so you can see where they're going to work best without covering anything up. So you have to play around with it a little bit, but it's pretty doable. I struggle at putting stickers down, which is ironic because that's my job here, but it is really doable once you kind of get the hang of it. Now, what's really unique about the sticker book is all of these fun little sketches throughout. So we're going to take some of these and I'm going to cut them to be able to get extra use. So we'll put this one right over here. And this one, I think we can even do sideways there. And then let's get some of the teal ones as well. So maybe even this one would look really cool. I was gonna say right over here. Yeah, let's try it. Or we can put it like down here. That could be a neat look. And then I don't think we need too many of them. Let's just do a couple more. Put this one over here. And then for this box, let's do some of these stars. So I really like decorating the inside of boxes. If you feel like you love the look of the large boxes, but you don't have that much to write down, these are really good features for that. Now, also what's really cool about this sticker book is these other little like strips that you can kind of add into other places. So we can take one there and we can also put one like right over here. And it's just an extra really fun element. What I wanted to actually use were these top 3 stickers, which I forgot. So let's see if we have room right here. You'd probably want to put this higher up on the page unless it's like top 3 favorite moments, but just because I want to get this down, it's not the best placement, but we're going to do it anyway. Okay, that's fine. Now, we also have bullet points here. So these bullet points, let's see, these fit perfectly within these sections. And I'm just going to do the same color each day. I think it'll just be a little bit of a cleaner look because we've got a lot going on. Although I think I'm out one of the darker ones, so we'll do that. And then let's get the darker one down at the bottom. And we'll also, we're not going to really have space for bullets there. So let's go back to the clay color. And we'll put these here. And then we'll do more here. Maybe this color. It's a little bit lighter. It's okay. And here. And then let's do them here as well. So I'm going to put this one in the middle and then go lighter on the other ends. I think that this is a really good sticker book if you're looking for functionality with like a little bit of flair. I feel like that's a good match here. So there we go. We have our dashboard with inspired intentions and dated basics, not data, dated basics, volume 5. And finally, we have the horizontal layout and the Brilliant Blooms sticker book. I thought that these stickers would just be so beautiful in a horizontal layout, and I'm excited to see how they come out. So I think that what I'd like to do here is let's start with a corner sticker right over there. And then even just kind of another little set. Well, actually, I was going to say another set down here, but I think that would take up too much of the space. So let's put this here. And I'm just going to start with the florals and then we'll kind of come in with the rest. But I don't necessarily need them on every day. So this one, I want to create a right corner. You can also do it within the sticker book. I just find it easier to do out of the sticker book. And then on the right side, let's do a large one on Sunday on the bottom. If you wanted this to not take up too much height, you could cut down here at the bottom and make it a little bit shorter. But I think it's okay to do here. We can always layer a box with the florals too. And then let's try to stick with all the same page so we don't use up all the stickers. Let's do a strip over here. And then maybe we can cut this one and do one right here. We have it on 3. We have it on 3. Okay. I think that that's a good amount without taking up too much of the functionality. And then I always mix up. So we have the boxes first. So these are the boxes. Yeah, these are the boxes that'll go here. So for these, with the horizontal, I tend to like to turn the boxes. So we could do like a turn over here. And then remember, this sticker book also has the monthly boxes. So if I take, let's try to find the colors I need here that are going to match. We need one of these and the gray one. So what we can do over here is a little stacked section like that, like I did in the dashboard spread. And then do I have 2 more of those? We have this one and we have that dark green. Perfect. Just what I was looking for. So over here, we're going to do the same thing, but this way. And again, I just think it's easier to put them down at the same time. And then even though I said that I like to turn them horizontally, you could also just put them vertically, and there's nothing wrong with that too. And we could take one of those and then even just layer a box with it like this. Okay, I think that that's looking good. Then what I would do is come in with the bullets. So you can cut the bullets if you wanted to. You don't have to. These are a teeny tiny bit bigger than the space, but I feel like with a horizontal layout, with there being so many lines, you're probably going to use more than one line per element that you need to write in. So we'll just kind of lightly place these throughout. And then let's take an orange. Put this here. Maybe we only need 2 here. And we'll come back up to the top section in a moment. This. Tweezers are such a game changer. I don't know how I ever put stickers down without tweezers, because sometimes I feel like I can barely put them down with the tweezers here. And then you could leave this space open if you wanted to and come in with the bullets down here, or you could add a quote or something like that. I think that what's most important to remember is that there's really no rule. It's whatever feels like it works for your plans and your life, because at the end of the day, the planner has to work for you. A horizontal is also a really great layout for journaling or for like reading. There's so many different ways that you can use this. Then let's come back to, what do we have here? I thought there were quotes in here. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so let's come to Dated Basics and actually get this dated. So maybe we do this one for the 3rd week in September, the 29th, which is also going to shift into October. Let's use this red. What did I say, the 29th? Yeah. So actually, I think this will be better with the clear ones. Or the smaller ones. Let's do these. So I wanted the 29. It should fit nicely right there. They go over a tiny bit. 29, 30. And then we want 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think I am only going to put the September label though, because if this were in a regular dated planner, it would just say September. It wouldn't say September, October, I think. You could also add the color in these, but I think we're just going to leave that as is. And then let's take another September sticker and we can put this right over here. And then you have this open space. So that is the horizontal layout. Okay, let's recap what we've got going on here. We have the horizontal, the dashboard, and the vertical extension packs. These are all 6-month extension packs, plus Dated Basics, Volume 5, and 3 different choices of a set of covers and dividers. I'm really excited about this release, and I hope you are too. Remember, if you are shopping, I do have a link in the description of the video to shop. Kellofaplan does not have discount codes, but I do have a link. So if you're already shopping, clicking my link really does help, especially as I embark on this new journey with a reduced work schedule so I can focus more on sitting here with you and plan with Elise. I'm already seeing such an impact on it with my time and my energy because I'm not rushing through videos feeling like I only have a little bit of time here and there, because I do have extra time that I can devote to this. So thank you so much for your support and your encouragement. I hope you enjoyed. Remember, release is on Friday, September 5th, 10 a.m. Central. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.